There's been a huge buzz lately around the New York Yankees, and it's centered on their reported interest in acquiring a former all-star outfielder who, at first glance, might leave some fans scratching their heads. That player is Luis Robert Jr., a name that's been tossed around trade talks for a while, but now suddenly with the season underway, the Yankees are apparently stepping up their interest again. The big question that arises is, why now? Considering the Yankees already have a pretty crowded outfield with solid talent, including Cody Bellinger and Trent Grisham, plus the undeniable superstar Aaron Judge, what's the reasoning behind this move? Is it a strategic shakeup, a long-term plan, or just a case of front office doing their due diligence? Luis Robert Jr. was once one of the most exciting young talents in Major League Baseball. Back when he was with the Chicago White Sox, he had a breakout season in 2023 that turned a lot of heads around the league. He batted an impressive 264, slammed 38 home runs, drove in 80 runs, and scored 90 times in just 145 games. Those numbers earned him his very first Silver Slugger award as a center fielder, cementing his status as one of the top players at his position. He also stole 20 bases that year, showing off the kind of speed that makes him a dual threat on the bases. But fast forward to the present, and Robert's season has been a far cry from that high point. His batting average has plummeted, and his offensive production is well below what teams and fans had come to expect. That drop-off is a big reason why his name keeps popping up in trade rumors. The White Sox, meanwhile, are going through one of the worst stretches in recent MLB history. Finding themselves near the bottom of the standings, this has put the team in a tough spot, forcing them to consider moving pieces like Robert Jr. while his value is still salvageable, even if it's not what it was a year ago. For the Yankees, the question revolves around what exactly they're hoping to get out of this potential deal. Robert Jr. is a right-handed hitter, which fits the profile of the kind of bat the Yankees want to add to their lineup. But his current struggles at the plate raise eyebrows. On paper, adding him could provide depth to a Yankees outfield that already features some well-known names. But the fit isn't exactly seamless. Cody Bellinger and Trent Grisham have both contributed at different levels this season. And Aaron Judge continues to dominate as one of the best players in the league. With those three guys holding down the outfield spots, it's not immediately clear where Robert Jr. would slot in if he were to join the team. That's why some fans are skeptical, wondering if this move is really about the on-field impact or more about preparing for the future. Both Bellinger and Grisham have contracts that don't offer long-term security. Bellinger only has 1 year left on his deal after this season, and Grisham is set to become a free agent soon. Robert Jr., on the other hand, still has a couple of years under club control with 2 consecutive option years at $20 million each, which could make him a more stable presence if he bounces back. Still, it's hard to ignore that Robert Jr.'s numbers this season have been underwhelming. His wins above replacement, WAR, sits at a meager 0.1, with just over 200 at-bats, 37 hits, 6 home runs, a 184 batting average, and 26 RBIs. His stolen bases remain solid, with 21 swipes, showing that his speed is still there. But his overall offensive contribution is limited. His on-base plus slugging, OPS, is a disappointing 574, and his OPS plus sits at 63, well below league average. That kind of production wouldn't earn him a regular starting spot on the Yankees, which raises more questions about what the front office is thinking. Some insiders suggest that the Yankees might be looking at Robert Jr. as a potential piece to fill a future gap, especially if the contracts of Bellinger and Grisham aren't extended. There's also speculation that they might be willing to take a chance on his upside, betting that he can recapture the form he showed in 2023. But on the flip side, it's equally possible that this interest is simply a way to explore all options before making a final decision, or a signal that the Yankees are willing to move pieces around if it means improving other areas of the roster. Looking at the bigger picture, the Yankees' biggest needs right now seem to be in the infield and bullpen rather than outfield. The team's depth in the outfield is solid, and with players like Aaron Judge, who is arguably the best player in baseball today, the outfield isn't a glaring weakness. But the infield, especially third base, is an area that has caused concern. leading to speculation that any trade involving Robert Jr. would have to make sense within a larger strategy to improve the team's overall balance. Luis Robert Jr.'s struggles this year are not just reflected in his batting average. His slugging percentage has dropped dramatically from .542 last season to about the same as his OPS this year, which is alarming because it suggests a lack of power production. That decline is a clear step backward, not just a slump or temporary setback. Meanwhile, Trent Grisham, who has also experienced a dip in performance, posted a batting average of 196 over his last 15 games, with only 1 home run and a handful of RBIs. That kind of stretch would be considered a slump for almost any player and could just be a rough patch. But if his numbers continue to slide, it might force the Yankees to reconsider his role on the team. Cody Bellinger's story is a bit different. After a slow start to the season that had fans worried, he's finally heated up, showing signs of his former MVP caliber form. His batting average now sits at 260 with 9 home runs and an OPS of 782. Well, above league average. His comeback has been encouraging, but the team still needs to see more consistency to trust him as a long-term piece. Another player to consider in this mix is Jasson Dominguez, who has quietly put together a decent season. While he's not the most powerful bat, he has a respectable batting average and solid defensive skills. Dominguez's natural position is center field, and some argue that bringing in Robert Jr. could limit his development by forcing him to play out of position or spend less time on the field. That's an important consideration for the Yankees as they balance the present and future of their roster. At the heart of this situation is a question of timing and risk. Would the Yankees be better off waiting until the offseason to pursue Robert Jr., or is now the right time to strike a deal? Given that Robert Jr.'s value has dropped significantly since his breakout year, the White Sox might be motivated to trade him at a lower cost, which could be an opportunity for the Yankees to get a player with high upside at a bargain. But with his current performance, it's a gamble that comes with no guarantees. On the other side, Robert Jr. himself has publicly expressed frustration with his season, even doubting if any team would take a chance on him right now. White Sox manager Chris Getz has pushed back on that narrative, insisting there is still interest around the league and that Robert Jr. has the talent to impact games in all facets if he can regain his form. The truth is, this situation reflects the ups and downs of baseball careers and how quickly fortunes can change. One season, you're an all-star and Silver Slugger winner. The next, you're fighting for your place and proving your value all over again. For the Yankees, the decision to pursue Robert Jr. will hinge on their confidence that he can bounce back and become a meaningful contributor, as well as how he fits into their broader roster plans. Financial considerations also come into play here. Robert Jr.'s contract gives the Yankees some control if they decide to keep him beyond this year, but the team will want to see improvements before committing significant money. If he continues to struggle, the options on his contract might not be picked up, or he could end up signing for less elsewhere, which impacts the kind of return the White Sox might demand in a trade. As the trade deadline approaches, the Yankees face some tough choices. Do they double down on their outfield depth, or do they shift focus towards shoring up their infield and bullpen? The answer likely lies in a mix of both, but the Robert Jr. situation will be a key storyline to watch. The Yankees want a right-handed bat, preferably one that can boost their lineup in a meaningful way, but acquiring a struggling outfielder with question marks around his current form may not be the ideal solution. Ultimately, this scenario reveals the complexities of roster management in Major League Baseball. It's not just about talent on paper or past achievements. It's about timing, fit, financial implications, and long-term strategy. The Yankees are juggling all these factors as they try to build a team capable of contending deep into the postseason, and Luis Robert Jr. is right at the center of one of their most intriguing potential moves this season. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Whispers are growing louder in the Bronx, and the name on everyone's lips is Paul DeJONG. The veteran shortstop, known for his glove and surprising power at the plate, has reportedly landed in New York, and speculation is swirling that the Yankees may have just added a crucial piece to their postseason puzzle. Though no official confirmation has come from the team, sources close to the organization suggest that DeJONG is set to wear pinstripes. The move, if finalized, would come at a time when the Yankees are looking to bolster their infield depth, especially with concerns over consistency and durability in the middle of the diamond. DeJONG, who has had stints with the Cardinals, White Sox, and Giants, brings a wealth of experience and a defensive acumen that has never been in doubt. While his offensive numbers have seen ups and downs, his pop at the plate could offer valuable at-bats late in games or even spark competition within the lineup. Could this be Brian Cashman's latest under-the-radar masterstroke? It wouldn't be the first time the Yankees pulled off a quiet move that paid off in October. Some analysts believe DeJONG might thrive in New York, where the spotlight often sharpens players' focus or breaks it. For DeJONG, this could be the fresh start he's been searching for. And for the Yankees, it might be just the veteran depth needed to make a deep playoff run. As always in the world of baseball, nothing is certain until it's on paper. But for now, fans and insiders alike are watching closely, wondering if this unexpected acquisition could turn out to be one of the season's smartest. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.